Oh, God. Hello, everyone. We are live. It's your girl, Montique, Callie, and Dr. Joy PhD. We are here to talk about Love and Marriage Huntsville, Peace Before the Stormi, Season 6, Episode 27, or Season 7, Episode 36, or something. We don't know what season we on.
I put
Depends
it
on what you're
on.
watching.
I just
Yeah,
did it.
but you remember you said
Yeah.
on said 7, and then
Yeah.
So we are
According
here
to Hulu, it's
Hulu.
season 6,
Okay.
episode 27.
And according to OWN, I think you said it was 7 or something. So depends on where you watch it. We in the season. How is everybody this Sunday?
Fine. The weather is warmer today.
I know it's nice.
It's been warm this winter, even though we've had snow yesterday and the day before. The weather's really been still nice and warm to me.
We haven't had any snow down here.
We haven't
either. It's been like in the 60s and stuff. Y'all had snow. Oh, yeah, I remember you said you was trying to flag down the bus in the snow, girl.
Yes. With my purple look. Yes, honey.
With your Barney. You look like Barney, girl. That's what I wanted to ask you.
But it was purple, so it was so funny.
Anyway, so we're going to talk about last night's Huntsville. We're going to do our, let's rate it. We'll do our chat stick moment, and then we'll get into the show. Everything we say is allegedly our opinion, entertainment purposes only. Like and subscribe because you help our algorithm. So ladies, who wants to start rating it?
I will rate it a 7.
Okay, that's good.
7 or 8. I thought it was good.
And I was just gonna give it a 5 or a 6. It wasn't a good episode to me at all.
I enjoyed it. It was a little weird. Tisha kind of was a little weird this episode, but I enjoyed it. I'll give it like a 7. I thought it was pretty good. How would you already who's on here with us? Let us know. I hadn't shared it, so not many people on yet. Anyway, so let's do our chat stick moment while while people come in. So who wants to talk about it? Because I didn't really get to see it.
Okay, I'll start. I'll let Joy finish since she's read some comments, right?
Okay,
so I'm sitting here minding my business, trying to finish on the Beverly Hills before our call. And Melody goes live. And normally I will go live if I'm free. I'll go to hear what she's saying. Well, this time I'm on there and it's 800 or so people on there. And it's just an orange screen. And I'm like, what's happening? I typed just that. What's happening? Come on my lip. And I heard her talking in the background, and I hear a man, I hear kids. I don't know what the heck is going on. And I said, well, what's going on? Does she know she's live? Because at that point, it got kind of weird. Then I said, let me pay attention then. I'm getting all low close. She was talking to Martell. And I heard the kids in the background talking, but she still had never addressed the crowd. So she clearly didn't know she was live, or she wanted us to hear the conversation that was going on with Martell. I couldn't tell, but it eventually ended when someone else came and told her she was needed elsewhere. And then Joy had read some comments about what was going on, so I'll let her take it from there while I go get my soup.
Okay.
So I don't know if anybody knows this. I'm just reading what the comments said because I didn't personally hear the live. But people were saying in the comments that somebody's having a game today, one of their children, and she accidentally went live. And in the live, her and Martell were just talking. There was no incident. There was that they're talking about. They were just saying that you could hear a male voice and a female voice, and then somebody said, that was Martell. So they're saying that they were just at their child's game. It wasn't anything controversial or inappropriate or that I've heard thus far. But it goes to the point that Martell had said in the episode that Kiki threw that drink on Tisha. When Martell got to the outing, the little backyard barbecue, he spoke to everybody and he spoke to Mel, but she didn't speak back. And Martell said in confessional that he and Melanie are cool. They're actually at a good place, but she doesn't want her fans to know that they are cool. And it also goes to my theory that I have been saying in groups. I think I literally was kicked out of a group for a post that I put in, like literally kicked out of a group because of this opinion that I have believed for a long time that they were good.
Ridiculous.
Way before Martell said it, that they were good, but that would go against her I am woman, hear me roar, that they're co-parenting in a functional way. Because she,
which is ridiculous.
In my opinion, she feeds off of and feeds into the pain, in my opinion, of other women that have been hurt by men.
Okay, so can I say something now?
Absolutely, I'm done.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that sounds ridiculous to me, that Melody is feeding off of anyone in her or any person that may have been hurt in the past. It just doesn't make sense. She definitely doesn't show that on the show. And of course, we talked about this a little bit before the call started. Joy mentioned, well, what about the name changing ceremony? That was a positive ceremony to me. That didn't seem painful. She didn't seem like she was doing anything to route up the crowd and say, oh, everybody go and get your name back. I just don't see pain in her. Of course, what she went through was sad, but I don't think she's pretending to not like Martell just to get everybody else to stay in the mindset of he's so bad, we want nobody to like him like she feels. I just think that is just ridiculous.
Okay, so I didn't see it. I really want to know what they were saying. I feel like when this was filmed, and she really wasn't talking to him, were they going through the child custody thing?
I think that was over because this was filmed in the summer.
So they're
still in the summer. They're still in the summer.
Because I remember Nell them saying they were subpoenaed, and that was during this time too. So it seems like it's still fresh or new because they had just been subpoenaed and they're still mad about being subpoenaed. So I'm thinking that they still were maybe not in that good of a place. Maybe now, because this is months later, they filmed this a while ago, they could be at a better place. So it could be the timing of everything. I am not sure though. I follow her on social media and she does not look sad anymore. She does not look hurt. She looks like she's moving on. She's showing how you can overcome certain things and start over and rebuild.
Right.
So I don't think she's in the I hate Martell season of her life right now. Now, if people are still in that, that's on them. But if they are, they need to get over it. Because, y'all done been cheated. Most of the people done been cheated on. And if y'all still mad at the man who cheated on y'all, go get some therapy. Okay? Because
it
don't make no sense.
When something else I think about. Yeah.
And Joy, I want you to read this. Look up. Joy, look up. Okay, go ahead. I don't know what this is talking about. But go ahead, Joy. Go ahead, Callie.
Because you tell your friend to kick people out of the group if they are against the Scots. So, LaToria.
Who is your friend? What is she talking about? I don't even know.
That's what I want to know.
I don't even know what she's talking about.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I have no idea. I don't have any friends. I don't have any. Let me be clear. I don't have any friends that own or is head of or is it even administrator of a group that I'm even aware of.
I think you're cousin. I don't think you tell her what to do.
Right. I don't have friends on the internet in any of these groups. None of my friends or associates are in this group. So I have no idea what you're talking about. Okay. Like I said, sometimes people just
group. Joy don't tell us to kick anybody out of our group.
Right. Throw people against the wall. Hope it sticks.
I guess I didn't read it that way. Yeah.
Okay, how did you read it? I think mine did. Hold on, y'all. My dog just give my tutu. Hold on.
Yeah, I don't.
Go ahead.
You telling me to hold on? I do think LaToria meant it as a bit of a joke, kinda. Maybe she's saying in groups, if you're commenting, if y'all don't like it, get out or something like that. I don't think she.
I've never even done that. I've never even done that. That ain't even my personality. I will say what I have to say. Usually people respond underneath it and we can have a backwards and forward, but none of these are my groups to even say something like that. I don't have a personal kinship to any of these groups. I don't remember one from the other. I'm in so many. So I don't remember once. I don't have one that I go to, and this is I feel like this is my group. I have no idea who the administrators are. I have no idea who's running any of them. So I have no idea what she's talking about.
Well, maybe you guys are in some of the same groups, and she saw some of.
I know we are. I usually avoid Victoria's.
Don't leave Terry.
I'm not saying it to not be shady, but we kind of don't mix our opinions, and I'm not just going to argue on the internet about how I feel. How I feel is
I hear you. I guess I will leave now. I don't know what's going on.
I don't know why Terry's leaving. Anyway,
and she's accusing me of lying, which is a flat out whatever. That's just not true. I have no idea what she's talking about. This is the kind of stuff that I'm talking about, but I'm just gonna let it go. Go ahead.
Okay, let it go, Joy. Let it go. Be like Elsa, Joy. Let it go.
Listen,
all right. Go ahead.
God, what was that? Oh God, Dory.
Talking about your cousins group. I don't think Joy would tell her.
I don't even be in that group that much.
Okay, I'm just.
This is a cousin. Let me say this. This is a cousin. Real talk. I don't even know if I've met her in person more than twice. Yes, we are closely related, but I don't know her. She don't know me. We know of each other. We do have my grandmother and her grandfather were brothers and sisters. That is absolutely the truth.
I remember my
we didn't grow up together. She grew up in Alabama, and I grew up in Alabama. She grew up in Pickensville. I grew up in Birmingham. We maybe saw each other at family reunions. I don't have her number. She ain't got mine. I can get her.
Okay, let's move on. I don't think Joy is trying to kick anybody out of any group. So
I don't even deal with her like that. We don't even deal with one another. That's why I'm saying you calling people a liar, girl.
Okay, we're just real quick. Oh my God,
Joy, calm down.
Real quick.
I don't even know me. I don't like being called a liar either. Because when somebody, I'm gonna say this. I don't like when people call me a liar. It like pisses me off. So I can understand your frustration. But it's all we're gonna have a good time. People stay on. Nope.
Okay, can I just say my comment real quick?
I'm trying to move on.
All right, so
Joy is.
You don't have no proof. Anyway. Show proof. Show the proof.
Joy.
Show the proof. Oh my God. All right, so we're still talking about Alabama, Huntsville. Joy had suggested that possibly Melody enjoys living off of the fact that people will hate Martell and the girls that have been hurt in the past, blah 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 blah. I don't agree with that. What I was going to say is I don't think she would pretend on the show not to like him just for us. In fact, I think if they were friendly on the show, it would be funny as hell. It would be a ratings gold to me because Melody in her little sarcastic ways talking to Martell would be hilarious. So I don't think she would intentionally pretend to dislike him just for the cameras. That's all I had to say. We can get off and go right into the show if you'd like.
We're gonna get the show. So does anybody think that Mel is trying to hold on to this? What is the song that Mary J. Blige had? I can't think of. Not gonna cry. You hurt my feelings. 11 years I sacrificed. Kind of all my life I had to fight and make people not want to like Martell, and then she's faking and spending time with him. Or do you think that she's kind of just over it and enjoying her life, basically? But we'll get into the show. I got to get to my notes. All right.
She's over it and enjoying her life.
That's what I think too.
Martell looks like he's enjoying it too over there at the buffet. The coleslaw buffet. Whatever that's worth.
All right. So let's see. So it starts off with, are y'all ready to get into the show? Then my battery's about to die, so hopefully I'll stay on. I just plugged it. Okay, she said Mel is still trying to protect Martell when she stated why she didn't invite the Scotts. I don't know what that means.
Yeah, so she didn't. She said she didn't invite the Scotts. She said she didn't invite the Scotts because they're still friends with Martell, and she didn't want people saying, "Oh, it's over the top." She was really. You're right, Angela. She was trying to protect him by just keeping certain people away that are still friends with him. Basically, I agree with that.
All right. So anyway, if anybody, Callie, did you record it though? The mistaken live. Okay. So we'll watch it later because I want to see and if I can understand what they're saying.
Should I post it? Okay.
Yeah, post it. All right. Yeah. So the show starts off with Micah. I'm gonna say this: them boys all got their mama shape. What y'all think? Am I the only one gonna be shady today? Am I gonna be shady about myself?
Their dad was pretty big too, though. So I don't know. They're a big family, but the dad was a big man too. I will say that.
So Micah was at the shop, and they all have more body than Kimmi, but Kimmi has lost weight.
She looks good.
She looks good.
So the building has been under construction for 8 months. Is Micah and Maurice is not handy. So I have a question. When you get married, do you expect that your husband is handy? And if he's not handy, do you expect him to find someone that can fix the things around the house?
Yes.
Okay. So what she's asking for is not unreasonable.
And he did stuff. He was doing stuff with his hands, you know, prior to. So I asked.
Like Apollo. Yeah, I hear you, Angela.
Oh, like Angela said, Joy, shake it off.
Like
Joy, shake it off. She's a Capricorn. She ain't gonna hold on to it. She'll be done in a minute.
But yes,
Abby will hold on to it. And I'm just playing Cap.
Oh yes, I will. But we all got nothing to do with me on today. You can certainly see those Cowboys already. It's very true.
They do. They have the same little leg tipping body.
They don't look alike separately, but they look alike when they together.
Yes, when they're together and they lined up, you be like,
Micah really looks like both of them, and then you can kind of see a little something.
But what I will say, Maurice, to me, Maurice don't look like none of them.
This thing
they got the same daddy and stuff.
No, Maurice. I think Micah does kind of look like Maurice. That's why I said they don't look alike separately, but they do kind of look alike together. I do wonder though, looking at their pictures. Well, they're all Scott, so
because I have that picture still. I'll pull it up.
Because I wondered were they a blended family? Because I know it's girls there. They have some sisters. Because we've seen at least one or two of them on the show.
So they were all bigger and then lost weight?
Yeah, they were heavier. Yeah.
I heard that about Marcel. Was Maurice heavier too?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
He was. I've seen pictures of him heavier, but they've all since lost.
Here we go. Y'all ready for the picture?
Oh,
let me get this off.
Oh. Yeah, they look like a blended. They're a nice blended family.
How do I get this comment off? So you think they're like 90?
I don't know.
Maurice don't look like none of them.
Where's Maurice? Okay, I see Maurice.
Maurice is over there.
They do look alike. Who is this in the back with the perm?
Girl, that's a whole curl. That's a curl.
That's a curl. Yes, Joy.
That's a curl. Both of them at the back got a curl.
That boy got a perm.
Mama got a curl too. She got the
straight back. That boy got a perm.
She didn't use as much curl activator.
Oh, is that what it is? Okay.
Yeah, he got a what was the loose one called?
We got the shag. No, the S curl.
Shut up, y'all.
Yeah, the S curl. That's what it was.
The S. I thought he had a perm. Okay, thank y'all.
I never did get an S curl. I just had the Jerry, the tight curl. Yeah, you know what I wondered one day? I was looking at the old pictures of me. Do you think the natural look? Do you think we were trying to have our hair look natural
with the curl? Yes.
Yeah, I wondered about that because you can buy Jerry curl hair.
Lots of activators. Just kept it more dry looking and natural.
Oh wow! It never even dawned on me.
All right.
And for some reason, your hair always grew with the Jerry curl.
Oh, it's the glycerin. Okay, we got to get off of hair, but I'm going to tell y'all, it's the glycerin my aunt still uses. She buys glycerin and she uses it as grease. And I do it on my daughter. That's why her hair is so long. It's the glycerin that was in the Jerry curl activator that will make your hair grow. I just told us family secret. I didn't mean to.
I thought it was because we kept it moisturized. That's what I thought.
The glycerin was the one that helped with it. So if you find some glycerin, you can find in the help the Chinese stores. They have it. And just put in your hair. So anyway.
Okay, so I agree with this comment.
Me too. That's why I left it up there.
And that's why Kimmi sounds like that's what she's saying to him. You did a whole lot before, and after you just getting lazy. Mm-hmm.
So I feel like Maurice expects Kimmi to do so much, even when she's sick, with the kids, with the sex, with the house, with the cooking, but he doesn't want to do anything. And then he'll blame it on, I got a lot of cases, and so I'm busy. But she's busy too, and she's sick. I don't know.
Well, it's the same way with Marsau. Hi, Demetria.
Do you got
yeah, it's the same way with Marsau. They expect their wives to do everything around the house, etc. It's just that we see Marsau doing other stuff. We don't see Maurice doing his job as an attorney, which, you know, what should have been our chat stick of the week is that video he did. Did we already do that?
We already did it. Yeah, we did it. You told us about it. We did it last week.
We talked about it last time. Okay.
Yeah, because I didn't see it, but you told me about it. Yeah.
Just like he said in that video, I'm an attorney. Y'all don't see that on the show, but yes, I'm busy.
Okay, let's get into this because Angela's comment. I'm gonna show it in a minute.
Okay.
So Kimmi tells him about, and I'm so tired of talking about this sex coochie stuff. I need to write Carlos. They've got to move on. We cannot keep talking about this. Do they not have anything else going on? I'm so upset. We got to call him. Like, there's got to be something else. So Angela, and this, I thought this too. This was going to be my question. Angela's saying it a little worse than I would, which is very because I say stuff really bad. Kimmi is so turned off by him. That's why her box is dry. Do you think? I wasn't gonna say all that. What's my note say? Okay.
That's why she got a sex therapist.
Yes,
that's actually being proactive, though.
She's not attracted to him anymore.
Y'all don't think so?
No, I don't.
No, I don't think that's it.
I think she wants to be. I think she really wants to be. But like she said to him that day, they were out bike riding, and he was saying, you know, I'm not getting enough. I'm not getting enough. And she said, in a minute, if you keep talking like that, you know, it's not going to be because of the body. It's just going to be because I don't want to, is basically what she said to him, because of the way he was acting. And that's true.
Yeah, I think his attitude. Yeah.
Yeah. The men have to, you know, we're not just going to get wet because y'all in front of us. You know, y'all need to make us wet. I mean,
speak, Kelly.
It's the truth, though. Just
my head went everywhere, honey, because you speaking the truth. I kind of.
Martinique, can you please go get what she's talking about? Because I want to see proof. I want to see proof of me
move on.
Somebody's group.
Joy, we moving on.
And you put it in our group because I want to see proof. Because I would love to see proof because I don't even have Sarita's phone number.
Okay.
How do I?
Not at all. His words cut deep. She was 6. Yeah. And I at one time I think,
and I'm gonna go find.
I think Maurice is I think Maurice is a really, really nice guy. So I think, and I hope I'm right, but I could be wrong. I think he talks that way crazy mess in front of the camera. I think behind the camera he's like, yes, whatever you want, whatever you need, etc. I think he's trying to get a reaction just for the camera, because what else do they have to talk about?
I tend to think
like it's. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say that I tend to think that she's going through menopause as well.
Oh yes, you're right. I mean, her age,
like she's in her mid-50s. On top of the fact that she also just had cancer, so you don't.
That's
it's
very
a whole
true.
bunch of other things that's probably going on with her.
So he needs to do extra if you want the truth. It ain't about what she's not doing.
He's being insensitive.
Yeah, he needs to step it up. And I really think he's a nice guy. I hope I'm right. I think he's doing this stuff for the camera, and he needs to stop it. He already had to apologize to everybody for the way he spoke to her about the sex during chemo. He needs to step it up.
And he probably also was dating her in her 40s. And in your 40s, you tend to be going through your most
not the light skin attitude.
What is the light skin attitude? We got to figure this out when you finish talking.
Tends to go through, you tend to go through your most I don't know what word to use, but you know, you're at your sexual peak in your 40s for a woman. So he probably was dating her in her 40s and kind of missed some of that. That could be as well, you know, that she's also dealing with. He wants it at the level that she probably wanted it in her 40s.
In her 40s. Yeah. Well, once she,
the 40s,
if it's a menopause thing, yeah. God, was I at my peak? I mean, I was at my peak 30s and the 40s. I was peaking. Okay.
Okay, peaking girl. I don't know. I can't find it, Joe. I don't know what she's talking about. I don't see a tag, but go ahead.
Yeah,
but just okay. I forgot what I was saying.
But anyway,
he needs to step it up. Okay, yeah,
he does,
he needs
and
to
I
step
feel
it
like
up. I think he can, or I think eventually she will say, "Listen, look, I didn't quit my nursing job to do this stuff you want me to do. I've sacrificed a lot. We possibly got mortgages on the home and all this, and we could do all this other stuff you wanted to do because that's what a marriage does. But you're not stepping it up for me. You expect me to just start dripping? You got to make me wet. You got to make me hotter. You got to make me lose my breath. You can't just sit there and complain." Make me hot. You know what I mean, though? I think eventually she's going to say that, and she don't want to say that on camera. So he needs to make a quick change. Do you think they need to be back next season?
No.
Okay. You think so? I mean, I think they're fine. I think that they're fine. Also, I mean, I wouldn't mind them coming back. Also, in my opinion, this is 100% on him. Because it's just so, for the life of me, like it's, you know how easy it is to get a woman in the mood, but when you
watch the dishes,
yeah, I mean, just
it's flow.
Yeah, like there's so many things that he could do, but if you just want to roll over and get busy, no, she don't want to be bothered with you.
I agree. I mean, like you could get a chef to come cook. I mean, just little things. If you know the little things that your wife likes, like she could even just like white roses. If you just surprise her with white roses. Like I like flowers. If you send me a flower for my hair, not for me, I want an edible arrangement, not a flower thing. Who's listening?
And you know what it is though, and I don't want to talk too much
about what
this.
they want.
Yeah. And I don't want to talk too much about the sexual side of it, but the fact is the men are really quick to complain. Women rarely complain. If she was to twist it up and complain about what he don't do in the bedroom for her, I bet he would, you know, be really offended and his little ego would really go down. I'm just saying.
I agree.
I feel like, Callie, who was that who asked? Was it you, Callie? Who said should they come back, or do I think they should?
Yeah, I
asked, still talking about this same sex thing? No.
I mean, we got to get past that. If it's just for the camera, stop.
Okay. I can't. I mean, I like Kimmi. I feel like she offers a balance to some of the craziness, but this is getting old. It's getting tired.
Yeah.
So, do y'all think? We said Kimmy's the bone collector. Should she have told Maurice about Tisha's pregnancy test or not?
Oh yeah, I mean that's just pillow talk right there. Whether we in the bed or not, I'm gonna tell you what me and the sister-in-law did. Yeah, she really thought she was pregnant, knowing that he had his self snipped or whatever you call it. Yeah.
Was you shocked at Maurice's reaction? Because he laughed.
Yeah. No, I wasn't shocked about any of it.
He said, because this is what I said, but Joy, you knew somebody who it happened to later. But he said, if it's been 4 years, and if there wasn't a slip by now, then there's not going to be a slip up.
I don't know how it works. I know it lessens over time, and it's usually over a significant amount of time. But Tisha said in her, wasn't that in her confessional, or did she post it online? I can't remember. I thought she said in her confessional she know 2 people who got. Oh, I know for yeah, I know somebody. Yeah, I know somebody who I have a cousin but he had his in his 20s. And
he got a vasectomy in his 20s?
Yeah,
why did he do that so young?
Because he had a son and a daughter, and he actually had physical sole custody of his daughter. He raised her, and she was like a toddler. Ooh. And he had gotten my cousin pregnant, and he had a son and a daughter. He didn't want any more children. And so he got a vasectomy. And when he had his vasectomy, he and my cousin broke up, but we still see him pretty regularly. And when he in his 40s, he messing with some girl and got her pregnant. And he now has
crazy.
Toddler. He now has a toddler. And his children, because the baby, Malik I want to say if Amina's 24, Malik just turned 25.
And he got a baby.
And he has a baby. And his daughter has a baby.
That's crazy. I could not. That's a young age to have a vasectomy. So his swimmers probably fought through that.
But he did the whole time. He had got married and everything. He divorced, but the whole time he never made a baby with his wife and everything.
So I'm gonna say this. Well, I may wait, but then when they showed the preview and Marceau was like, "We need a blood test," I'm gonna say he gonna say, "Look, ain't none of my side chicks done got." I'm just playing Tish allegedly, but ain't none of my side chicks done got pregnant. So therefore, you ain't pregnant.
Okay. Keeping it 100.
I admire men though that take that step versus women, because I think it's terrible. I have two girlfriends, they actually had their tubes tied on the same day by the same doctor. And both of them went through the change much earlier.
Yeah. It's harder on us.
So and you down for weeks.
And Maurice said, and this was funny, he said Tisha needs to go to Africa alone and come back refreshed, but not pregnant. I said, they are crazy.
That's funny.
Oh no, why did she piss you off? All right, so I'm gonna say this conversation with Stormi and Tisha, I feel like this conversation made me feel like I'm sitting here trying to teach. It's like sitting there trying to teach your toddler how to drive a car. Like she don't comprehend. Tisha just talks in circles. Marceau said she didn't take accountability a few weeks ago. He's proven her right. I mean, she's proven him right. What did y'all think about the conversation with them? Was there part? Go ahead.
I was just shocked that she really didn't think she owed an apology. It wasn't my fault. It wasn't. That was my designer or whoever the guy was. I didn't feel bad about it at all. Come on, Tisha. How can you not? How can you not? Just real seriously. Everybody attacked her big time, thinking you didn't just straight out copy it off of Stormi, and it affected you in no way. Everything affects Tisha. So we know this.
What do you think, Joy? Did
could have apologized.
Did it drive you crazy?
You talking about with Stormi and
when she was saying, well, let's just start off at the beginning.
I don't think it was a bad look. I agree with the overall, her overall assessment. I know what she was thinking in her head, but she was wrong. I think in her mind, because the situation was successful, it wasn't that big of a deal. It was just Facebook fodder, which is, I think that's how she was seeing it. But either way it go, regardless, she should have apologized to Stormi on behalf of who she hired.
Without even being convinced.
I never did believe that Tisha herself did their website. Ain't no way you gonna convince me that she did. So I believe that she hired somebody, but she should have. Usually when you build a website, they give it to the person who paid for it and say, glance through it, look through it. If you need me to make it, it sits in whatever before it goes live. You understand what I mean?
So she said that her assistant read through it. So this is what made kind of confuse me. Because she was like, well, my assistant read through it, and then I gave it to the web designer, and then he posted it, and then he apologized. But if that's what you gave him, and she said, and I'm never using him again. But if your assistant read through everything, and I believe that it's just Shopify's, because somebody said Mel has the same thing. They all use Shopify. Shopify has the same little templates, because I went and looked. They have templates for everything. She just didn't change the name. That's all she had to do. But for her to say it's not a big deal, she was sitting in that shop crying. Y'all, that's why I think just tell the truth, because you were crying because everybody was going after you for
so
using
she tried to be
website.
She tried to be
it's
stronger
a big deal
for Stormi. Yeah, she tried to ignore. She tried to play it off because she was with Stormi. She knows how tough Stormi can be about that stuff. But so I would have thought that would have made her say, "Yeah, I'm sorry that happened." But no, I don't feel bad. I don't think I need to apologize. Oh, okay. Well, I'm sorry. I mean, come on.
Well, she only apologized, I think, in her mind, because I'm not saying she's right. I'm just trying to give you another perspective. I don't think she saw the negative pushback that, and I didn't realize that Stormi got negative feedback, because I do remember people saying that she took it from Stormi, but I don't ever remember thinking that Stormi gave her that. But I kind of thought maybe she did, to be honest, because y'all remember we were talking about, in context, people thought that the products that Tisha was now selling were old products of Stormi, and that all she did was put new labels on top of Stormi's old stuff.
Right.
Whether or not that's true, it may not be. That was what we were guessing, because there was an episode where we literally saw her put a label on top of another label, and the label that she was covering up appeared to be the same one that Stormi had. But somebody mentioned in the group that her original label did look like Stormi's, and that
it was original pink. Label.
It was pink.
It was pink. So that was her original label, was pink. Okay.
Yes. And so that's what they said. It wasn't. It was really her original label. And somebody suggested that she shouldn't do it the same color. So that's why she changed it to purple.
But we never know if it's the original or not, because she never shows the logo. Like when she promotes any of their stuff, it never shows. She never promotes it right. She never shows the name of the stuff.
But when she sent out kind of a prequel or a pre-sale, or it's coming, when she originally sent it, like this. The girls had their hand like this.
Right.
So you could only see just a little bit, maybe at the top and at the bottom. And people were saying stuff like, that looked like Stormi's label.
That's why I said you don't know, because she doesn't give you evidence that wasn't Stormi's. Like
that is true. I mean, you're correct.
It's crazy. I don't know who her marketing person is, but you should always show the name of your product. I don't understand.
I think she is in a rush. This is just my opinion. I think maybe Tisha gets ahead of herself, because she puts out a lot of stuff that's not proofread, which makes me think, I don't know if she's hiring friends or family. She needs to hire a professional. And, not just somebody, unless you can come across somebody that's really hungry. You can't just hire anybody for the sake of hiring them as your assistant. Because if your assistant can't read themselves or not really good at proofreading, that's not a good person to put on their team, regardless if that's your cousin and she worked for a reasonable price and she can help you do other things. That's neither here nor there. You have to hire professionals.
Amen. And that's all that she was saying. And I was just sitting here like, I don't know. It's like she was in denial about a lot of things, because she was like, it's not a big deal, but she was just crying about this. It was a big deal. It hurt. She was hurt over that. Yeah. She really was. I don't know how Stormi was hurt over it.
Yeah, I don't, because everybody saw her as the victim. So I don't know how she would have been hurt. Like nobody ever accused Stormi of doing that. I mean, even at the total, even at worst, people may have said, well, maybe she gave her permission to, and she just, it's still the other person was just lazy and didn't remove that name. Yeah.
That's all. I mean, and I can understand because we're human. To err is human. We all make mistakes. So just admit you made a mistake. You didn't mean for it to happen that way. And I think it would have been better. But in my opinion, it made me feel like she won't take accountability. She's rushing, trying to be like everybody else and be on the same wavelength as them in the same time frame as them because she feels like she's behind and she's making mistakes.
Yeah, she's rushing. That's why I say she's just so eager to put stuff out because this wasn't the first time. You know, Martell has had that issue as well.
Mm-hmm.
But she put out something that I can't remember what it was, but it has something to do. Remember, her and Marcel had done like a commercial for something.
Yeah.
Remember, she had put out something.
She put reality instead of real estate or something like that. Yeah,
right. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Like, it's just simple errors. Like, I'm pretty sure she got a master's degree, 2 of them. She can spell reality and realty.
Right.
You know, it's just when you're doing stuff and you have to have other people look at your work. That's just it.
And I think she'll get there.
Yeah.
Hopefully. So let's talk about the vacations of it all. So she says that she went to Vegas with some friends and she had been sick. And then Marceau went to Colombia with his business partner. And it was during the weekend of their anniversary. Does that make sense? What do y'all think about that? Would you let your husband go to a different country? Not on a different state.
Especially twice. No. I mean, we can go together. But the Africa thing was one thing. Now you're over in Colombia at the brothel capital. No.
I thought Thailand was the brothel capital. That's what I sent y'all in there because Thailand is.
Well, but, I mean, prostitution is legal because I sent y'all the thing. In Colombia, it's legal. But I do think Thailand, because they have those girls shooting ping pongs out of their vaginas.
Yeah.
You remember who went over there? Was it Beverly Hills? Somebody went over there.
Yeah.
Like But, and I don't know if he was doing anything wrong, but I feel like she offers too much information. Because I would have been just like, I went on a trip, Marceau went on a trip, and then we came back together. I would have never said he went to Colombia without me, and it was the weekend of our anniversary. Would you have added all that?
No, because that's telling too much. The weekend of your anniversary and he's going somewhere else? No.
I wouldn't have cared so much about going somewhere else on the anniversary. Unless it was like we had something planned, especially when friends get married. I have a brother-in-law who got married the day after our anniversary. You know, his brother did. So the next year. So yeah. So he
remember he didn't want to go on a family vacation for 5 days though. Y'all remember that?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. I just feel like this.
You know, have they been on vacation at all since then? I mean, according to what we hear from them, only he has been on vacation. She's been over at the apartment with the mismatched appliances.
They go on a lot of vacations because I see them. That's not because we see them like on boat rides with friends.
Yeah.
They actually go on vacations together. It looks like as a couple, but and apparently they do separate trips, but we don't necessarily see the family trips.
I wonder why they don't show. I don't know. They don't really show many trips now because he didn't want to go.
I was just gonna say that's what the people were talking about with Potomac and this really is that they do need to go somewhere all together. I guess they going to Texas, but like there's no kind of funness and it's so inexpensive. You just rent a big house. You know what I'm saying? An Airbnb, a big house on the lake or somewhere and have fun. You can get 2-3 episodes like that. Like this show, in my opinion, is getting really boring. Like it did not hold my interest. That's why I gave it such a low rating.
I'm trying to see what else I have. You didn't.
They need to do some stuff.
Okay. But they're going to Texas too, right? They're going to Texas next week, I think.
Yeah.
And the Fletchers are hosting the trip. I said they coming in hot because they already hosting the trip.
Yeah. That's good.
So what about this? Stormi said to Tisha, when you figured out what happened with the website, you should have called me and we should have talked about it. And Tisha said, well, you should have called me. And then Stormi said, I did. And she said, did you? And she was like, yes, I did. So do you think she should have called her, or?
Yes, she should have called her. The second all of that mess was going on, she should have picked up the phone and called Stormi and said, X, Y, and Z, X, Y, and Z, girl. My assistant did X, Y, and Z. I'm so sorry. Yada, 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 and let it go.
I agree. But, anything else with that?
She should have absolutely done it.
I don't know why she didn't. I know a lot of people are going in on her right now, and I know that just one episode before she was depressed. So I don't know. I don't feel like this season has been a good look for her. What do y'all think for Tisha?
On the defense. She's on the defense, and she doesn't do well there.
Yeah, well, many of her seasons have not been good looks for her.
Oh God,
of her husband. I mean,
well, yeah, man. I went back and did y'all watch that reunion clip that I sent y'all?
Not yet.
From
no.
It was like, it was from like reunions ago, and the dynamic between them have not changed. Like he embarrassed her at that reunion. Marceau did.
Of course.
Like,
he embarrasses her all the time.
He was crying. And Maurice ran after her. He just sat on the couch and didn't even follow her.
Oh, you talking about season 1?
Yes, and she was like,
"Oh, that's because she wouldn't shut up." I understood him. I felt him. Although he wasn't talking, I knew what he was saying. He was like, "She needs to shut up. She's taking this too far. Just stop." But
he should have followed her and said that to her and said, "Look, baby."
But he asked her to stop talking, and she kept on. So he's just like, and he was trying not to go down with the ship, but he ended up still going down with the ship.
Yeah, that was bad. That was I hated it for her. She was. Whew. It was because awful. He had been and trying not trying
to shut up for a long time.
Oh, like if you go back,
yeah, he was trying to get her to shut up first season, big time, but she just wouldn't.
Yeah, he would defend Mel before. I feel like that too. He defends everybody but her. And he said something like, "And if they say you a dog, you gonna bark." Like you don't say that. You don't.
That is true, LaToya. That is true, LaToya. She's saying that. He did think the show was going to be about something else. He didn't realize, they had filmed the first half of the first season and didn't even know what the title was. So they didn't think that they were going to be focused on relationships.
And then the title change is what made him question it.
Yeah, he said.
So why did he say if he knew that he was going to be in some mess and didn't like it? Why do you stay? You should not continue to make your wife look like a fool.
Yeah,
you should be gang in front of people, and then when you go home, you be like
$1,000.
I don't.
I kind of got a feeling that he was. I kind of got a feeling that he did. There, if you, I ain't gonna say if you go back, but in the first episode, where it was, I think it was the second episode where Tisha says to him, he had them sign. No, he did. He didn't have them sign a disclaimer. Martell asked them not to talk about them, and they didn't sign anything.
Martell
I think
or
she said Marceau.
No, talking about Marceau.
She's talking about Marceau. I don't know about Martell.
Hey, Marsha.
There's a rumor, Usher, that Marceau said this season he didn't want to talk about their marriage at all. They're doing it though.
And if you want to keep now that part. Carlos actually proved himself a liar because he said he wasn't going to do this anymore at reunion. Mm-hmm. He actually said that we're done. We're not going to spend any more time on it. So that's why they're not talking about it, because they said this was it. It is too much. It's a pile on. Like, my whole thing is, all of us have a friend or an associate or a coworker or whoever who don't want to hear it. They're okay. Leave them alone. You look like you're beating a dead horse to keep telling this girl stuff that may or may not be going on. She don't want to hear it. Let it go. Leave it alone.
Let it go. Well, Carlos said, because he went live, I don't watch him, but he went live because everybody was telling him to get rid of the Scotts. And he said that it wasn't true, that they didn't say they weren't going to talk about his marriage this season. I don't know.
She keeps feeding the topic.
I'm sure he's going to kill him in reunion.
Oh, I can't wait. I feel like they shot the reunion.
Say they already shot it?
They did it too soon.
Like he said it's already shot. He said it's pretty good too. And he also said there's 15 minutes of it where one person is going at another and they're sitting right in front of each other, and the show had barely started, 5 minutes in, and they was like,
I think it's Stormi and commercial break. Or Kiki and Tisha.
I think it's yeah, it could be either set.
Yeah. But anyway, let's move on. What am I?
We don't know if it's gonna air yet.
Are we done with that scene with them? Yes. Anything that I missed? Okay. Let's talk about Chris Fletcher and Nell. I liked Nell's hair. It looked like her hair this time. Did y'all pay attention?
I didn't like that. I don't like that kind of stuff.
It didn't look like her lace fronts. I can't stand lace fronts. Anyway, I cannot stand those things. It looked like her hair. But anyway, so he was telling her, and I can't believe he didn't tell her like when he got home, but maybe this is just for the scene, that Chris Jr. seems depressed. Do you think she was listening to him?
No, not heavily initially. No. I don't get that though. I don't understand that. Especially, I don't know, because of course, as a parent, you're not going to, you always be soft on your kid. You're going to go in. I get that. I really, really do. But in front of the camera, to me, that can affect your kid negatively. You are calling him out like that big time on camera. That really irritates my soul, because not all kids signed up to do this. You know, the adults signed up for the show, not the kids. So if they're on there and something happens and you go in on them like that, I mean, just I don't like that, especially knowing they ain't getting paid.
It did seem like, and I think what we saw, but I do think she kind of softened. But I feel like they're like Cecil and Simone, where he's very soft and on Married to Medicine, and like just try to let the kids do better. And then she's an extreme Simone now, but she's like, I'm tired. I'm tired. We have helped these kids. We have helped these kids, and they only come to us when it gets to the point of no return. Like, I want you to call me now. Tell me what's going on with you now. Don't tell me what's going on with you when you about to get locked up and go to jail. So I feel like she's fed up. But as a parent, can you get fed up? Is it okay to get fed up?
Yeah, you can get fed up as a parent, of course. But, you know, sometimes if they come to you too late, it's because they're trying to be the adults you always wanted them to be and figure it out for themselves. And when they come to you at that point, it's real possible that, look, we are screwed. Help, please. And it might be a little bit further along. But, you know, while he was, Fletcher telling there on the story, the bloggers can't find anything.
I feel like they're the realest people probably on the show right now.
The blogger's been searching for the son's info. Is that what you
really?
Which further belief? Well, my beliefs about her being aggressive.
So you think she's really aggressive to her stepdaughter?
Yes. Oh my God, yes. Thank you, LaToya.
Be good, Boobadoo.
Because I agree heavily. Oh my God, yes. And I don't know why I'm so sensitive to that, but I thought she was overly hard on the stepdaughter, telling her to shut the hell up. And we know she's a cursor, so I get that. And I don't know her way. I get all that. But that stuff really irritates me. Although we love Nell. I'm just saying that parenting style is just different for me.
I think she was probably hard on all of her children. But at the same time, if you listen to some of the conversation, it goes back to some of the things that I complain about often with families that tend to be middle and upper class Black people. Because you sitting up here talking about your first car was a Mercedes, your first car was this. That's the problem. That's the reason why they still in your pocket right now. That's the problem. You can't give children too much too young, because you're going to be giving it all their life and they're going to feel entitled to it. There is a balance that it has to be. I told you, I ain't trying to pretend like I perfected it, because I'm honest, I did not. It has to be a juggling act of when you have parents, especially if you got Gen X like them, who tell you the Chris said he actually picked cotton. This is a man that earned and worked hard for everything that he has. His children didn't have to do that. Should you make your children struggle? No, but it has to be a balancing act between helping them become responsible and not breaking their backs in the process or their spirits in the process. And when you just give, that's going to continue to happen a lot of times when they get older.
I agree. Okay, I mean, to sit there and compare luxury cars, it's crazy to me. That's the craziest thing in the world. I feel like the stepdaughter. Go ahead, Callie.
I was just looking at Angela's. The stepdaughter's a hot mess. How do we know to believe that though, Angela? Kyla is not. She wasn't sitting at the table looking like she was gonna be team stepdaughter. Why do we believe Kyla over the stepdaughter? Just because the stepdaughter was angry at the table? We also see her son is now angry as well. So it's not like it was an isolated incident.
But he's angry because he made mistakes. She's paying for the mistakes. Every time she's like, you don't come over unless you need something. You only come to me when there's a problem.
Right.
Like,
he's angry because she kept ragging him on the mistakes. You knew I was coming over.
Well, she said he didn't come over. That was the first time he had been there. Since then, it was her first time being able to talk about it. Like, he don't come over.
So you just gonna call me out on TV? Back up off me.
Well, I want them to be real. I mean, don't if you're not gonna be real, don't come on TV.
We don't want them to fake it either, but they're getting paid to be on there. Their kids are not. And
they already paid a man $60,000, Callie. Come on. He done got paid.
You don't think they're getting paid? I tend to think they are
getting paid. I don't.
I absolutely believe that they're getting paid.
So was Teresa and all them kids ever paid? These kids ain't paid to be on the show.
Who?
Any of the kids, like on New Jersey, Teresa and them, were they paid?
Well, they
Gia is paid. Yes, Gia is paid.
How long has she been getting paid?
I don't know, but
once you become
once you become an adult, you decide to come up. Now, if you're just doing a passerby, maybe not, but I wouldn't be surprised if they're getting something. Maybe it's a whatever fee is. What do you call it? Like a friend of.
So you thinking these kids are just coming on camera to do this and they ain't got no compensation?
I mean, even if it's like $1,500 or $20, I don't know.
Yes, I think they're coming on. They're not getting
sit around that table and argue without being paid.
Yes, absolutely. Okay. And their mothers. So these mothers that come on the shows, they ain't getting paid either. Keisha Cole's mom didn't get paid. Marie's mom on Bell Collective didn't get paid, because if they were, think about their history. You giving me money to be on this show, that money I can use to go get drugs, I'm coming right back. They ain't getting paid. I don't believe it. They shouldn't be on here to me.
But that's their choice, Callie. You cannot tell an adult not to come on the show, paid or not. Unless, I mean, it's not like they putting a gun to their head saying, film with me.
I know, but you know what? If I'm going on film with my mom and I'm not getting paid to be on there, I'm not expecting my mom to dog me on camera. I don't.
Then don't come back to the second time. Why would he film again?
Well, because look at the state of mind he was in. If my only time to talk to you was on camera, then you need to really know where I'm at, because I might not be back on camera again.
Okay, that to me is.
I think they are getting paid. I don't know what the compensation is. It may not be a big amount, but they are getting paid. Now they may negotiate next year.
Right. That's the only reason they showed up. Thank you, Marsha. Yeah. They getting something.
The stepdaughter left going off big time. You think she was getting paid? Because she said
it don't matter. She was there. It don't matter how long you stay. So you get paid
just because. So if she got paid, she don't. Okay, so you saying that money gonna make her change her opinion and the way she act? You think if she would have got paid, she would just sit there and been quiet? Girl, please.
No. You're listen to what I'm saying. I'm not saying she wouldn't have acted a fool. I'm not saying that, or if y'all think she acting fool. But yes, if you're paying me, I know I just said that I'm not coming back. But if you pay me, I lied. I'm coming back.
I'm not and how do you know she's not gonna come back?
Because she said she wasn't. I'm only going by what she said. I don't know the girl like everybody else seems to.
But I mean, so you're trying to say that maybe the money wasn't enough for her.
That could be.
You could sit there, got paid, realize, dang, because you done took a job before and been like, dang, this job ain't worth the money. She could have took a job before and said, oh, this ain't worth the money. Me sitting here arguing with my family.
But then, but she's sitting up here saying she didn't never get anything. She didn't this, she didn't that. If I'm on the show and you paying me, then we gonna change things.
It's possible that this season, maybe they weren't getting paid. It's possible. But I guarantee you, if we see them next season, they will be getting paid. It's possible, but I tend to believe that if they're filming as a family, there is some monetary gain. It could be a situation where back in the day, because Carlos could be running on the old Bravo mindset where the women
on TikTok
paid their husbands
back, honey,
through their salary.
Like Portia got a salary for her show. She paid everybody out of her salary.
She paid
They're getting money from somewhere.
Correct.
They getting some money.
Okay, so Portia paid out of her salary. Do you think she had to?
Yes, because that's how they wrote them. They wrote those contracts.
Are we assuming this, or we know that?
Somebody said that in regards to Candy's show.
Okay.
That's how Candy paid her. Because it's her show. They work though. And she comes up with like subcontracts. So I'm just throwing out a number there because we don't know what it is. Right. But let's say Bravo paid her $1 million. I don't know if that's to be true for her show. And they pay her $1 million. She has to be in every episode, though, I'm sure. And she has to make these subcontracts. So maybe she said, I don't know, I'm just throwing out a number. If there were 20 people on the show, I don't know how many. Maybe it was 10. 10 people on the show. Maybe she paid them $5,500 a piece or $10,000. I don't know. For a season. Right. They got paid something. Candy isn't the only, because Todd never got a paycheck. Now I did hear moving forward.
We heard about the husbands, 15%.
Yeah, because of what was happening with Michael Darby, or the reason they got contracts. But it's possible that,
that's what I think he really probably can't sue anymore.
Yeah, I heard it was because of Michael Darby.
Yeah.
Oh.
That was a blogger that claimed that because if you're under contract, you can't sue another person. If this had happened but Michael wasn't on this season anyway. But this show may have been done completely different because they came in as couples.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? This isn't a housewives show. It's made for men, the spouse.
How was he double dipping?
Why is this stuff popping up? Okay,
popping it up. You don't.
I'm like talking about being a producer, Angela, and working. You're probably right. You're probably right about that.
Give them something out of the money. LaToya says, okay,
because he can't serve as producer or whatever, and the act. That's the reason why. If you what's her name, Mariah. Yes, she was an executive producer, but when you're talent, you give away all your rights. You kind of give away your rights when you're both, because you can't do both. The only people that seems to work well with was Shani, but I don't even think she had full control because when she fired that one girl, Brandy. She still came back the next season, but the other girls band together and refused to talk to or film with her. Because if she had the power, Brandy wouldn't have came back the next season at all.
Yeah, she gave him out of her salary. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what we're saying. They're getting paid some kind of way.
That's what Peter did.
And they said action, and they didn't get something.
Yeah, they got something. It might not have been a significant amount, but yeah. because they only did an episode. Now, Chris Jr. might get more because it is based off of episodes. It's not about how long you film or anything, because they can film you all day and not show you. And we know they do that because it was a whole girl that Martell was allegedly supposed to be dating. They cut all that out.
All that out, yeah.
That none of that ever made the screen. And we know that it was supposed to, because she went live walking around the house and stuff.
House. Because it was like, did they rent that house? Like, we were trying to figure out what was going
she
on.
was saying this is where we're filming. Yeah. As if that wasn't their actual place.
All right, so did we skip the pedicure spot? I guess I did. All right.
Oh, so yeah, let's talk about that.
Okay, so the little people. What time is it, y'all? We may need to.
4:10.
I'll extend it a little bit. So they met at the pedicure little spot. All right. I thought everybody looked cute. Do you think there is a stereotype with Black people and last names?
Absolutely.
I see it in schools like daily.
And that was her example.
Yeah, I see it in schools on a regular. As a matter of fact, I ain't gonna even lie. When she said that, I thought about what I do. I'm finna call your house. What's your mama's last name? Now I know his last name or her last name. But I do it when she said that, I never even thought about that.
Me either.
I do assume that they got different last names.
Yeah.
Do you really?
I didn't even know. I didn't even notice that I did that literally until she said that, and I said, "Oh, I do that on a regular basis."
When you get ready to call, what's your mama's last name? So, do you think she said it to be shady?
No, I mean that's a true thing. No,
I guess it is.
I'm telling you, it's a true thing. I do it anytime I call a kid's house. I usually ask, "What's your mama's
shame on you?"
Right? Call your mom on the phone. What's her last name? I usually say that. What's her last name? Because some women do get offended. Let me also say this: when you assume that if their child's last name was Jones, they get there have been women that get offended when you say Miss Jones. So that's not my last name. They get offended because remember, most of the time you call him, it's not a friendly call. It's not because
before we get to that, that's the good serious part. I know I've been reading a lot of comments on if it matters or not. I think Kimmi was being shady. She was trying to be shady. And that's the way we took it. That's why when Melody came back at her and said, well, you and Jaden don't exactly have the same name anymore. I thought that was the best shit. But
it really wasn't, because I can't believe that they didn't go back to that, because there's no way you're going to convince me that Kimmi didn't say, Jaden like 25.
But still, she was still saying the baby mama concept of not having the same last name.
And she herself was a baby
mama. She wasn't married.
Did you see her explain it on
Instagram?
Yeah. Okay. No, not on Instagram. I did not saw it on the show. On the show, it didn't come off as shady as it did on the clip, of course, because she was able to talk a little bit more. But she was definitely being shady. And then you got Melody.
So y'all think
the minute Melody said, okay, I knew that she was going to clap back with something.
The concept is, though, that your parents weren't married from the beginning. That's why you're asking the last name. Like, for real. It's an unfortunate reality. She was actually, what Kimmi said was 100% correct. Like, I don't know your family.
That doesn't mean that, because there's some women who don't take their
No. I'm not saying that she's right. I'm saying on the other end of it, not on Kimmi's end. What she's saying is correct. I don't know your family history when I'm calling your house. It's not even my business. All I know is I need to talk to your mama. What's her last name?
Well, why can't you talk to the daddy?
To be shady.
But why can't you talk to the daddy? Because
they don't expect there to be a daddy.
It's not that we expect her to be a daddy.
Not that we expect it to be a father, but I just tend to think that women are who you call. I don't think that's whether or not you have a parent, because it's no different than a white student who when you're dealing with school, you're like, what's your who? Sometimes I kind of know the situation
Kimmi would have
too,
never bought the
because
topic
I'm in a
up.
specific
Thank
program.
you.
So I usually meet the parents before the kid is even brought into our program. So usually that's who I deal with. I deal with mothers. There are times that I have dealt with fathers though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because I do have one student whose father I do call. But this is when you don't know, you generally assume that you're dealing with a mother. When I'm dealing with foster kids, usually I know that because I have met them before I met the kid. Normally we meet up because I'm in the program that I'm in, students have to be placed in.
I don't know. Okay. I mean, I just know that I think she was being shady.
She was being shady, and she just didn't think it through. She was a baby mama, but she wasn't really, for some reason, paying attention to her own facts in her life. It was shade. Joy, you're stereotyping the Black community. Yeah.
I don't think that it's a stereotype. That's who I'm used to dealing with. I'm not no new teacher. I've been a teacher for 27 years. In 27 years, I could probably count on my hand the amount of students that I picked up and called their fathers. And the only reason why I would call their fathers is because I was told to call their father. So that means all of the hundreds, possibly thousands of students I've had since 1997, and 99% of them have literally been mothers. I think it's safe to say that I'm going to talk to a mother. That's not a stereotype.
I mean they always talk to my mom. Like my dad didn't discipline me, but I'm a girl, and I don't know if that's why.
And
he never yelled at me. He doesn't discipline me. Like he would even go to my mom and be like, ask her why she wore that outfit, because I don't like
and
he
Angela,
would really do it.
If you've been watching me for a while, you know I'm not lying. I was raised by my father. My father got custody when my parents separated, and I don't even think I was 2. So they did call my father. So it's not about a stereotype. I know that people are raised by their fathers. I was.
What?
It shouldn't. Okay, Chick, I'll stop.
Hold on.
It doesn't, but I do know that it is a stereotype. It is a
unit on topic.
You can look on
forever.
There's a system now that's really popular in Missouri. I assume that it's popular other places. It's called Sis Tyler. When you go into a kid's profile, they have all of their siblings, their first and their last name. Yeah. So because you link parents, they link. So even though my daughter
Tennessee girl, I'm a Tennessee girl. Hi, Tennessee girl. The school has Mel and Martell's name and phone numbers on file. So they know who the mama and the father is. Right. I do think it was a very shady comment. I don't think it was necessary, especially coming from someone who was the baby's mom. Now, you did give your child your last name and not the father's last name. And that's the only reason y'all have the same last name. But I don't think she should have done that. I think Kimmi was being shady. And I think everybody probably know that they are married, because Martell to me seems like he is a dad who will come to the school. They will know both parents.
Right. So you would know to call who to call under those circumstances. You don't always know. If you sit up there, like there is a joke out there on TikTok, and this is so true. When the daddies go and register them, they'll call the mama 50 times and ask them,
yes, ma'am.
They ain't never been.
I used to get called. If I didn't go, what's the thing? What's the security number?
I don't think that, Linda. I don't think that is stereotyping. It is normal to think 9 times out of 10 you're going to be dealing with a parent. I mean, with the female, the mom.
What people are saying, Joy, in this situation is she's being shady because they're 50-50 custody. The teachers know that they both used to be married. Even if they don't know if it's a new school, they're going to meet them both. They're going to know they used to be married. Like, it's not
a little different. Yeah, that's a little bit more in detail.
So Kimmi was being
but that's why it was shady.
That's why they're saying it was shady.
That's assuming that all of those factors are correct. You're correct. I mean, but I still don't see it as shady, but I hear what you're saying.
She was a baby mama.
Martell is very present. Martell is a present dad. I mean, he just is. He's not like Marceau and Maurice. And maybe that's what she was thinking about. Was like with their situation, it would be totally different. But Martell really is there. So,
and I really think had Kimmi been remarried, she never married the Jalen's father. We know that, but had Kimmi remarried while Jalen was still in school, Kimmi would have changed her name to that man's name too. That's just what I.
And they would have had a different last name. You're right.
Thank you. Mm-hmm. Yes,
but it's fine. You can be shady. Kimmi got to be more than her coochie, so I understand. I mean, seriously. So do you think Tish, because they brought up where she kind of goes at Mel, and she said that she didn't mean it that way. Do y'all believe her that she really doesn't have an issue?
Maybe in her mind she wants us to believe. Maybe in her mind she wants us to believe she doesn't have an issue with her, or maybe she doesn't even realize it. But Melody was the only one that said something that Tisha came back and said, we ain't talking about that. Other than that, she was really quiet for the majority of the
I don't think she was paying attention, because if you go back, Tisha was on her phone the whole time. That's why she was crying. That's why she was quiet.
But she perked up for Melody.
At some point, put your phone down. Like, I remember watching that on the stick, because they heard to give you some information. Put your phone down.
Yeah, but so that even goes to serve the point more. She perked up when Melody was talking, and she was being shady because it was Melody.
I think she put the phone down and checked. Now, whether or not she put it down because Melody was talking, I don't know.
Yes,
but she put the phone down. I think she checked in, because I just don't think she was paying any attention.
Until Mel spoke. Check in. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because Marcel said he met with her for lunch. And he apologized. And
there it is.
Yes, there it is. That's what she said. Oh, hold on.
Let me put my phone down. You might be right. I'm telling you, I don't think she was paying any attention to anything. But something made her put her phone
100% down. Full of it.
I actually screamed to the TV, girl, put your phone down.
Because this meeting was for you, right?
Yeah,
for you,
right. They're here, and y'all asked us to come here to give us feedback. And she had a phone on.
Thea said the topic was about Mel and her name change. Kimmi and her dry Uchi. Why y'all keep saying her coochie dry? What did she say it was? Did not expect Melody's clapback. Melody's kids are famous. Did she say it was dry? Are we just saying it? Tish was laughing at Kimmi shade. It was. She said y'all don't have the same last name.
And she said it with a smiley face. I mean, technically, you and Jalen don't have the same name either. I just thought it was the best.
That Kimmi was really upset for not being invited? Because I mean,
upset? No, I think she felt entitled. I think they miss you. I really do. I mean, so upset? No, entitled? Yeah, she felt like.
Hi, Pacino. We got a lot of new people. Hi, Pacino. How are you? Hi, Tennessee. We had another. Hi, Thea. We like to recognize our new people. Come back. We here every week. Let's see what else. I don't like the baby. Okay. Do you believe Tisha's energy? I asked y'all that. Okay, let's go to the pools of it all. The pool situation. Okay. So, Storm, do you think it was a good idea for them to do this couple's date anyway? Stormi,
yes,
Courtney.
I think it would have been better had they not been an hour and a half late. Because my attitude is already going to be elevated when you're 90 minutes late to the date.
Right.
And then when you come in talking the B, when you come in talking the B and the S, then here we go. And Stormi has very little patience. She's a lot like her mother, Betty. Okay.
Oh, Betty Kruger, honey, is what we call her. If you invite one, Scott, because if she would have invited Kimmi and not Tisha, it would have been an issue. So I can see why she didn't.
I actually understood the reason that she didn't invite more. When she explained it, I'll give her that. I actually agreed with it. But
however, go ahead. However,
why did she invite the Fletchers unless the Fletchers really aren't Martell's friends?
They are. They're both their friends. So,
but that was her reasoning for not invite. That's why I said, had she not invited the Fletchers, I would have understood, because I thought she wasn't inviting them because she didn't want to just invite Kimmi and not Maurice, because it would seem like a snub against Maurice. And that's not really what she wanted to do, because of the friend, but maybe what she wanted to really say. This is what I think she wanted to really say. Since y'all participated in the cheating of my husband,
amen. I don't want y'all there. That's what it is.
I would have respected that answer because it would have been truthful. I don't think that it was about whether or not Martell is free.
What? Are y'all talking about the date with Stormi?
No.
Child. She's talking about what? Oh, you're talking about on the thing.
Yeah, no, somebody said, okay, Callie, now you ain't into the comments. Somebody said if she would have invited one spot, she would have had to invite all of them.
It's possible.
And then Joy is explaining this comment.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know what happened.
But I don't think Tisha or Marceau would have felt that way. I just don't believe. I don't think that they would have felt snubbed that she didn't invite them. I don't think that has anything to do with it. I think it has everything to do with, and I mean, I get it. If you take away all the emotions, regardless of how I feel about Melanie, I mean, I wouldn't want you there either. If you had been a known participant in my husband's cheating. Because just like Tisha and Marceau pillow talk, and as we see Kimmi and Maurice pillow talk, you think Martell and Melanie never pillow talk? Because once the cat was out of the bag and all of that was going on, especially that second season, after they saw the first half of that first season, Martell told a great deal. I bet you to Melanie.
Yeah, he did, because it seemed like Tisha was excited about it.
That's why. That's the reason why in that altercation that they had, when they had that altercation, and she was talking about some going up to the club and driving up to go see about your husband and all of that. While it was torturous, and I didn't think it was cool, you guarantee she got that information from him.
She did.
She got that information from Martell. That's the reason why Marceau, y'all didn't think it was strange season 2 or 3 that Marceau, even after the things Martell said about him, wasn't real mad. Come on. Like, how you gonna say I got 15 girlfriends around my wife or on national TV and I ever talk to you again?
Right, honey. He buddies. They became buddies, honey. They were like friends.
And he took off for him. Although they kind of argue for a minute, they tend to stay in bro code. I think
I respect that.
Yeah, at that first reunion when Maurice stood up, when y'all were talking about comforting Tisha, that's what he was saying. You gonna say something, and then she gonna say something.
Yes, girl, I was all in it. I'm gonna have to go back and watch
that. Yes, they're sticking with bro code.
I ain't mad about it. I mean, it's over now anyway. Okay, let's get to the pool of it all. So they were an hour and 30 minutes late. Don't understand why, because he had on toddler shorts, and she had on I don't know what. So it wasn't like they was getting cute. Marceau,
he had on shorts. Always. Winter, all seasons.
And a white shirt.
They have to force to come. That's so disrespectful.
What?
But they say they're late for everything.
An hour and a half late. Yeah. It's okay to be 10 or 15 minutes late. I can see that happens. That's life. No, an hour and a half, girl. I'm at home in my pajamas watching Good Time.
I'm done. Right. But I think that Stormi and her husband really enjoy playing pool, so they were having a good time. I don't even think they expected them to show up, because she had her own pool stick. Did y'all notice she packed
not
there?
Yeah, Courtney was like, I gotta finish this game. Okay.
Yeah, right. I think they enjoy playing pool, so that's why they stayed. They didn't stay for them. I think this is something they like to do. So let me see, because he said he's going to ignore what Stormi says. Marceau said this. He said, I'm just going to ignore you. You call me a B, I'm not going to say. And Stormi said, that's disrespectful. That's why Tisha got a drink thrown in her face. So the baptism and the wade in the water of it all was because of the ignoring. What do y'all think? Was that crazy?
No. First of all, I love the look on Stormi's face when that came up, because Stormi looked like, I know good and well you didn't just say that to me. That you're not going to ignore me. Her whole face changed. Stormi cracks me up. But right or wrong, first of all, I love the way that Tisha did try to defend herself. I like when she defends herself, even though I don't really like her. I you know, I was glad to see her defend herself, but that is why she got the drink shit thrown in her face. Don't mean it was right or wrong, but that's why the baptism happened. She had on a wish outfit. And the
you know how childish you have to be to think that's an appropriate behavior, though.
But she didn't say it was right. But she,
I know that. I know that. I'm not saying that. I'm just. Okay. I'm talking about
who thinks it's appropriate, though. I don't think
nobody. Stormi.
No, she said no.
Say that.
She's just saying you can get a different reaction.
Yeah, she didn't say it was right.
I know one thing. You know what that told me? I ain't gonna even lie. It's probably edited. It could have been a whole bunch of said after that we didn't see, and it's edited in such a way to make it seem like she wanted to leave after he said that. But let's be crystal clear. The Capricorn in me would ignore her, baby.
Me too. I ignore people.
Girl, and look, I gotta. Oh, I wish my coworker was on here. He would co-sign it because they say, Miss Behind. When he and I fell out with my coworker, he said, "I just can't believe you ignored me like that. Like I will walk by you and speak to everybody around. I don't see you."
But so this, did y'all know this? Hold on, the wrong thing. That they were 3 hours late for the 2 hours late for the reunion one year.
That's crazy.
The Scots were.
Mars, that's what they said.
That's disrespectful. No, that's extremely disrespectful.
The reunion would have been over. I would not.
I would have started without them.
Now, that's one thing. Wait a minute. They're in a situation where they Uber didn't come, or that's something that's out of their control. And when I say out of their control, they left on time. Something happened.
It was a traffic jam, a flat tire.
And they were in LA and they got caught up in something. That's different. That's highly disrespectful to make any adults wait. I heard they did that in Atlanta a lot. I heard they do that in Atlanta.
But that Portia was always late. Now I heard that all the time.
And
Robin is always late.
Robin is just.
She'll miss her plane, honey.
She missed.
But when you have a uniform like
Marcel, she was a host.
Why are you late all the time?
But that's what I said. They had on a t-shirt and he had on some taller pants, shorts, and she had on a Fashion Nova outfit. Like it wasn't like.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I just don't understand. I don't understand why you late.
But you know,
and I ain't nothing wrong with Shein and Fashion Nova. Ain't nothing wrong with. I don't own none of it.
Can we talk about the B of it all?
I don't know. That's why I say Tish turns up when Mel says anything, but she is quiet when Stormi calls her husband a B.
That's easy to me. Like I'm like, my husband was say, although he claimed he don't watch reality shows, he be watching, but he was like, that's insane. He was like, he said, and David he said the amount of control that Marcel has is incredible because I couldn't have held it together like that. He said that he would have been gone. He said because he said Marcel is that you can say that Marcel pokes at people. He does. Mm-hmm. And at times he is disrespectful. I do believe he crosses a line. Even in his mind, he's joking. Some jokes hurt. Some jokes are at the expense of other people. So I understand their reaction. But there's no way a man should be able to sit there and watch his wife consistently refer to another man as a female dog and you say nothing.
Well, but he agrees with that, though. He agrees with that.
Insane.
He is a female dog.
And
he agrees with it. Why I'm gonna stop it?
Wait a minute, Angela. Who is so happy Marcel is mean to LaTisha and she is terrified? Who? Tisha is? Explain that, please. But go ahead.
Stormi is happy that Marcel was mean to Tisha. I mean, because Marcel is mean to Tisha, but Marcel, he does realize it.
If it was Melody, if Melody would have called Marcel anything, not even a B, but hey boy or anything, she would go off.
I was wondering, does she need Stormi in some way? That remember I talked about that.
That's why we thought it was her product.
The products. I wonder, does she need Stormi in some kind of way? Because it's so weird. Because it's just like, girl, stop. And then
right.
also did say something about, this is also what could have ticked her off. I can't remember exactly how he worded it, but this is what I took from it. I'm having with your mentality, something about
her culture.
Thinks, yeah.
Oh yes,
yeah.
That I was wondering was that is what, because she did. I didn't think that she caught it the last time, because he said this before
when they were sitting at the table.
Yes, he said this before.
He's trying
because
to trick
I
her
talked
out.
about it. I said, did they go over her head? Because that's what she should have focused on. And basically said it again. Basically, it could be a generational thing, because Stormi ain't that much younger.
But she gets it from her mama. We can see that is
that's
her
beyond culture. Ghetto though. That is straight hood thought.
Oh yeah. I mean, let me see. Hold on. I wrote down what she said. Hold on. What did she say about Tisha? I was like, oh my God.
Tonight, she said that's what you mean when she said that's why you got the drink thrown on you for ignoring people?
No, yeah, that's what she said.
Hold on.
And Tisha was like, that's not a reason to ignore me. That's not a good excuse.
Tisha did respond and said that that's not fair, and then to try to blame their behavior on that. Try to blame her behavior on that or something she said. Yeah. I don't know what the situation is. I just feel like Stormi is very disrespectful to the point where people who think like her, I could absolutely not be around.
Yeah, she was.
Mean, I don't care how much you have to offer. I don't care how successful you are. I don't care. Because you have proven that you would cross a real line.
Yeah.
Of just like her mentality is gutter.
Yeah, and then,
girl, yes.
That's funny. So Stormi said, I don't think I liked Tisha as much as I thought I did before. The way she spoke to me when they were talking business, right? And then you think about when Tisha and Marsau was talking about him being called a B. Tisha said, "But I like her. I don't want to be not friends with her." It's a different dynamic. Stormi is powerful in the business world, and that's where Tisha wants to get. So as many as her old expired products that she can use,
I believe
that's what she wants to do. Yeah, that's what I believe.
She needs her some kind of way, because Tisha, we can play like she a dummy. Okay? She ain't that dumb.
Yeah.
She's not.
I think it's in her mind. She's thinking this is a friendship I need to keep, so I'm gonna handle things differently.
She's got to, because she allows her to try her.
Right. Whereas Melody, she's like, well, I don't like her no way. I'll take her blueprint and put it on.
I already stole her blueprint. Right.
But Stormi is rich already and got the cows and the ducks or whatever she got.
She said something like, I tried to get this B, a chance, but this hoe keep playing me. Like Stormi was saying.
She said like they think they something. Then she said, bitch, you ain't. And I'm like,
she said she thinks she's something, but you ain't. And I was sitting here like, Stormi is standing. What did T.I. son say?
Wait, but Peter backed out of it.
Child.
That's funny.
I cannot. All right. And let's see anything else. Oh, let's talk about next week. And then we'll get off.
I don't even remember the previews. I looked at them.
I got it written down, y'all. Okay.
It's a lot.
Chris Fletcher. Okay, so they're going to Houston. The Fletchers throwing the trip, which I'm like, wow, they're already coming in, because they're not even a main cast member hosting the trip. So then Martell, I guess they were sitting there talking about they all have women. But then Martell said, but he ain't got no woman. And then Chris Fletcher gonna say something, and she ain't even got your last name no more. Chris Fletcher is shady. Tisha brings up the pregnancy test. And
Chris Fletcher is shady.
Marsau says that would not be the first thing if it was his baby, but he would need a blood test. Why would should he have said that?
I mean, I hope he playing. I hope he playing, because even if you had a vasectomy, because it does happen, you can get pregnant on a vasectomy. We hear about those cases. It's not. I mean, we hear about women that get pregnant on birth control.
Oh yeah,
I have a girlfriend that got pregnant on birth control. You know, it happens.
And they're 99%.
Yeah, they're not, and that's all a vasectomy is. I want to say even a condom is only 98 if worn properly.
And they don't know how to put it on half the time.
Right. So right. So it probably goes back down to like 78%. But if worn properly, it's 98%. And if in a vasectomy, it's 99%.
It's got to be done, so y'all don't think that was wrong.
I hope he was playing with her. But
I do too, because I
think that's a normal reaction. But I hope he was playing. Like the average man be like, "Boy, I got some swimmers."
Right. You know, I just feel like he embarrasses her a lot. But that could just be me.
He does.
I feel
he
like
don't care though.
He
thinks it's funny. He just needs to include her in on his joke because he thinks everything is funny, where she's getting her little heart broken.
She looks so sad too, and I think it's the way she looks at him. It breaks my heart.
I hope he was playing, because in my head, you know, that's what a normal man who had a vasectomy would say to his wife, even in joking. Like, you know, a man that really had a vasectomy, and I tell my husband, you know, I'm pregnant. He'll be like, I want a blood test. He might laugh it off.
Right.
But he don't really mean that.
Now, who can't do that right now? D, you know that some men don't know how to do it right. All right. Anything else, ladies? Because we got to get to Beverly Hills, which I'm going to be kind of mute, but I'm going to talk a little bit. Y'all ready?
No, D's joining us, right?
Yes. That's why he on here watching, waiting, probably. So thank you all for joining us. We really had a good time. Love all the new people. Please like and subscribe. We like to have fun. Everything we say is allegedly out of our opinion. We like everybody on the cast. We don't dislike anyone. Anything else, ladies? You like everybody, right? Don't we? Oh,
I like everybody. They don't think I like Melody.
I think we like you do. You like her. You like her.
I don't dislike
her. We just need to
remember
that you are blocked from Melody. That's all I'm saying.
She is blocked. But this is our QR code. If you scan the QR code, you get everything Chatter Up, from our podcast to our Instagram, to all our social media, TikTok, everything. We will be live again to do this show next Sunday. Anything else?
Nope.
We're gonna start uploading these again on podcasts.
Yeah, we're gonna start back. I need to do that.
Old episodes, if y'all like old episodes, on all the podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts,
Amazon.
I love listening to us in the car.
We're on Apple, iTunes. We're on everything.
Yeah.
So you can download the podcast, Chat Her Up. Just search for us. But if you click the QR code I just sent, it'll take you right to it.
We a nice work ride home or going to. We a nice work ride. Like, seriously, y'all should pop it in and push play, download it, or whatever you got to do. And
another thing I want to do is we're going to do a year-end review. If you have some topics that you want us to cover, send us a message in any of the messengers and any of our social media, or email us at chat.her.up411@gmail.com. And we'll cover whatever you want. Or if you have a topic you want us to talk about, engage with us. Let us know. Because we love y'all, and thank you all for supporting us.
Thank you.
Anything else, ladies?
Nope, that's
y'all in a second.
So we're going to do Beverly. Oops. I guess I should say this. We're about to do Beverly Hills. So if you watch Beverly Hills, we'll be right back. Because we're going to cover that for about an hour, and then we're going to watch our Potomac and Married to Medicine. All right, and we'll be doing that tomorrow. Potomac and Married to Medicine, about 5-ish. If you want to join us for that too. All right, be good. Peace.